You were telling me about a crocodile encounter.
Oh yeah, that was before I started. Before I started foiling, I was surfing, and it was like 5 a.m. and I was flying back to New York that day. So I went out for like a just pre-sunrise, right at sunrise surf, and I was on this glassy, like head-high wave, and this gnarled log came up in front of me, this piece of fucking wood. And I saw it, and I hit it and jumped off. It just emerged right in front of me. I didn't know how I didn't see it. Like I thought it was a big tree. And when I hit the water, my brain was still thinking log, but it was so interesting. My skin lit up, goosebumps, and I just realized like red alert, like prehistoric danger. And I jumped back on my board, and this like a 10, 11-foot croc came swimming just a few feet away from me. It was so interesting.
Whoa.
'Cause I spent my life, since I was 6 years old, I've been freediving, spearfishing with a Hawaiian sling, like bow and arrow underwater, deep water diving. And like I spent tens of thousands of sharks, but this was so different. Like croc energy. And I don't know crocs. Like I know sharks. I don't know crocs.
Well,
And
crocs are
it was
actively
fucking
trying
wild.
to eat you. Sharks, there's a lot of people that believe that sharks are attacking people because the people are where the sharks are and they don't want the people there.
Yeah.
You know, like when they're interfering with their hunting grounds and they attack people in that regard. I've heard people say that and I'm like, ooh, that kind of resonates. That makes sense. But crocodiles are different. They're just hunting everything. And if you're there, you're on the menu. They're hyper aggressive. They're very different than alligators, which are also very dangerous, but crocodiles are significantly more dangerous and more aggressive.
It was interesting when I hit the water. My body lit up like I was in the water with a dinosaur, and then it came up. And it's interesting that my body. This speaks to the nature of the intuition, right? Because my mind still thought it was a log. I hit the water. Something energetically told me something. Get the fuck out. And then it came swimming right up next to me, and like the feeling of the snout, the eyes, like it just came. And then another wave was coming in. I managed to just pop up and ride the next wave to the beach.
God.
But
Damn.
yeah, and maybe if I
that
knew
would have been the last day I foiled.
well, maybe like if I knew the language of crocs, like I know language of
What's the
sharks.
language? Murder, kill, eat.
I don't know.
That's the language.
Maybe there's an internal language.
I do not believe that's true. I think they are the waste management of the ocean and of the ground. I mean, they are there to make sure that anything that slips, anything that gets too close, anything that fucks up and doesn't pay attention to the ripples in the water, that's a meal. They clean up. They're the cleaning crew. They make sure that there's no weakness in the system, and they devour, and they live forever. That's the crazy thing. Is like the ones that they spotted in the early journeys when they were talking about, like there's talks of 40 foot plus crocodiles probably were real, because crocodiles don't die of old age. They don't have like a 20-year lifespan. They just keep growing. And if a crocodile lived before people had guns and, you know, they weren't on the menu, and you got to imagine they could live hundreds of years eating deer and wildebeest and anything that fucked up, antelopes, anything that fucked up, anything they can get a hold of, and they just keep growing. I think they could be enormous super predator dinosaurs that live amongst people.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine who's a professional hunter, Jim Shockey, and he was flown to Africa because this particular village was being targeted by crocodiles. So they hired hunters to hunt these crocodiles. And while he was there, he said everyone you would meet had a chunk taken out of them. People were missing hands. Some people were missing feet. And while he was there, one of the women in the village got taken. And they would set up these posts in the water so that the crocodiles couldn't get through to this one area where they would gather water and wash clothes and do things. The crocodiles had figured this out, so they went onto the shore, and then they would go into the water where the posts are and wait for them.
Oof.
Oof.
Oof.